Hi, this is Pierre. Today I want to teach you a discernment practice as part of the basic series in the Palestra. This practice was designed about 500 years ago by a guy named Ignatius, a really practical guy that wanted his disciples and followers to figure out what their vocation is in life, what their calling is, and he wanted them to make good decisions. So this practice is about decision making, but not just like really small decisions, also the big ones. What are you supposed to be doing in life? What is your calling? Why are you here? And then how do you lean into that vocation, that calling, and that purpose? So the EXAMEN, and it's called the EXAMEN for that reason, it's about examining your life. It has got 5 steps, so we'll go through them now. Stop, thanks, feel, focus, and tomorrow. The first one, stop. Stopping means just that, to stop. Stop, take a couple of deep breaths to remember that you are loved, that you are here, that you are good enough, that you are worthwhile. Taking that time to just calm down and center yourself. That's the first step. Stop. Many people who are spiritual or religious will use this step to remind themselves that God loves them, that they are supposed to be here, that they are gifted, that they have a purpose. But stopping is what's necessary to begin. Number 2, thanks. Thanks is about gratitude. You go through your day and you note it in your notebook, what moments you were grateful for. Just go through your day from the moment you got up and try and go through your entire day finding about 10 or so moments or things that you're grateful for. That's thanks. The third one, lying at the center of this practice, is feel. And this is really important because this practice works on an intuitive level to feel through your day. So you go through your day again mentally and then you mark all the moments that were positive or negative. So Ignatius called these consolations or desolations. So moments where you felt things were flowing and they were positive and just awesome. And you just put your head down and you could work and it was great. And then also all the moments that were the opposite, that were negative, that were not life-giving, that felt like they were sucking the life right out of you. So this might have been projects, conversations you had, things you had to do, or just circumstances that happened. So whatever happened that's negative and whatever happened that was positive, you list both of these down in separate columns. Step 4 is focus. So focus is about asking why. So you pick one of the moments that happened during your day, either a positive one, a consolation, or a negative one, a desolation. And you ask the question why. Why did you feel like that? What is lying underneath this feeling, this emotion? Is this something that's life-giving or is it something that's sucking the life out of you? And why is that? Is it because you are selfish or is it because it's truly not something you should be spending your time on? Step number 5 is tomorrow. So tomorrow is about thinking about your day tomorrow. What are you going to be doing? What does a day look like for you? How do you want it to go? What would you rather be focusing on tomorrow? Not planning your day in a very detailed kind of way, but just getting a sort of feel for it. The thing that you want to look for in doing the EXAMEN is a pattern. So after a while, patterns will emerge. Patterns on the consolation side and patterns on the desolation side. And then this will help you discern or figure out which way you should be leaning towards in the future. What decisions you need to be making. So a pattern is the opposite to chaos. If you can find the pattern, then that's a win. So just to close off with, the EXAMEN reminds me so much of a story that Jim Collins told in one of his interviews, where he said that he started examining his own life as though he was studying an insect. And he literally called it Jim the Bug. And then he would write down, take his pen and write down in his journal, what did Jim the Bug like to do today? And then he says, wow, I saw Jim really liked that book. Jim really liked doing research. Jim the Bug really liked having a conversation with that particular person. And Jim the Bug did not like this today. And however silly that might sound, that is exactly what the EXAMEN is. The EXAMEN is studying your own life to figure out the patterns and then figure out which way you should lean. So I want to challenge you for this week to every night do the EXAMEN. Before you go to bed, get out a piece of paper and a pen, or get your notebook, your journal, and go through these 5 steps. Stop, thanks, feel, focus, and tomorrow. And see if you cannot find some sort of pattern emerging within the next 7 days. And remember, you've got skin in the game.